Hello. I am currently writing a list so that I do not forget anything because I have made this video 3 times now and I keep saying things how I don't mean them and forgetting things that I think are strong points that I should not forget. And it's probably because it's probably, yikes, 1 p.m. 1 a.m. Oh my god. I'm okay, I promise. It's just 1 a.m. Um, Probably because it's 1 a.m. and I have a strong opinion on something. So I'm going to write things down and talk at the same time. So the topic of this video is fitness journeys on social media. And I have some very positive feelings about it and a couple of negative feelings about it. And I want to spread the positivity of body positivity, but also my maybe negative interpretations of what is being presented to me on social media. So sorry, I just sneezed 12 times, so my nose is running. I'd show you my cat, but he is currently probably in the bathroom drinking water out of the faucet because he loves running water, and I love to do whatever makes my cat happy. So I let him drink out of the faucet because that is what makes him happy. Um, how about I start with the positives? Because we love to chill on a positive note, to start there, to chill there, to reminisce in positivity. Actually, we don't love to do that. As a society, we really love to not do that, but I would love for us to do that. So let's do that. And this is not the strongest topic politically right now. So I recognize if you don't care, that is totally cool. That's fine. Nobody's going to see this video anyways. I just have opinions, and I think I would feel better if I voiced them. Okay. Hold on. Let me slide out. Okay. I'm back. Hi. I just had to get a Kleenex because my allergies are bad. So positives of fitness journeys and body image on social media. Let's talk about it. I think that posting your fitness journey and your positive body image ideas or realistic body image experiences, I think that is all a very good thing because it's good to have several perspectives on the board. So we're going to write down perspectives. I think that is wonderful. It is very encouraging to see multiple different people with multiple different body types accepting and loving their bodies. I love that about this. I'm going to call it a section of social media, but it's not a section, maybe a topic on social media. I love that about this topic on social media in this section. I don't know. I think it's really important to have different perspectives about body image and fitness journeys and things like that. I think it's important to see multiple different types of people with different metabolisms and body shapes and body sizes and different mental health experiences going through something, because you might meet or find somebody on YouTube or Instagram or Twitter or something who is going through something similar to you, and you'll be like, oh my god, I totally get it. Or you see somebody going through the exact opposite of you, and you're like, oh, that's an interesting point, and I can now understand and empathize with other people better. I think that is wonderful, and I think that is great. For people posting body fitness journeys on social media, I also think that is positive because it can be used as a motivator to continue to work on yourself in a positive, healthy, healthy way, not doing it in a way that would harm you even further, but to do it in a healthy way. And if you are curious what I mean by that, my DMs on most social media are always open. So if you're curious what I mean by that, I'll totally let you know. But this video is already 5 minutes long, so I will not go deeper into that than I already have. Sound good? Good, good. All right. So a huge motivator for people to continue to work on themselves, as that is what their main goal is from the start, and that is what they want to do, and it helps them continue to do that. And I think that that is wonderful, and that is great, and that is totally fine, and you do you. Something I also see as great is support from other people. It is so much easier to help yourself when you have positive and really wholesome, clean support. And by what I mean by clean is non-manipulative, non-controlling support, not you should probably eat this, or you probably shouldn't eat that, or you should do this, not things like that, but say you post a picture of another update and people are like, hell yeah, so proud of you, to keep doing you, girl or guy, or non-binary, anybody, keep doing you, you're doing great. It's great to see that you're still motivated. It's great to see that you're still working on yourself in a healthy way. Love that. That is a positive of sharing your fitness journey on social media. So support is on that list. And let me think. I should have made this list before the video. It's kind of like we're making a list together, but it probably would have been easier to spread my opinions had I made the list beforehand, but I did not. So we're doing this. We're all in this together. Am I right? Zac Efron. No? Okay. Goodbye. Not goodbye. I still have a lot to say. What else? What else? Oh, to get help from other people. And I hope that this isn't, and I mean this in the same way that I meant clean support. I mean clean help, clean, healthy help. I'll just write that down. Clean, healthy help. Let me explain that. It's very similar to what I just said. So you're posting your fitness journey and people are like, oh, I have a very similar body type as you, similar metabolism as you, similar mental health as you. Here are the things that I've done that have helped me. If you have any questions, let me know. Things like that are very wholesome and good and only helps everybody get better. To do things if I was talking to somebody with an hourglass body while I have a hip dip straight up and down body, there's nothing wrong with either one of our bodies. But if I were to tell this person to do something that would benefit me, probably would not help them because we have different body types, different metabolisms, different mental health. It would be unhelpful, and to be like, you should be doing this. That's in the negative column. Row, column. Anyway, that's in the negative part. We'll get to that later. But later, and it's already almost 9 minutes. I'm so sorry. But I mean healthy help, very clean, very non-manipulative, very accusatory help. Here's a YouTube channel that helped me. Maybe it'll help you and keep you motivated, or give you some tips that might actually be helpful. Things like that. Nothing that's I'm telling you what to do. Things like that. I think that kind of covers the positives. There's about a lot of good reasons. Yeah, we can all agree that there's a lot of good reasons to post your fitness journey on social media, and I'm all for it. And I'm so happy for so many people, and I'm so grateful for so many people to be doing well. And I am, I have a lot of love for a lot of people who are sharing their journey, and I'm very proud of them. I'm very happy for them. So let's move on to negatives. So how about we just piggyback off of what I was just saying. Unhelpful help is a negative that I have seen It's a lot of like, you should be doing this. How dare you do like too much protein? How dare you do too much carbs or no carbs? Like, how dare you? It's like, how dare you tell somebody what to do, my fam? Like, don't go on somebody's fitness journey and tell them what to do unless what you're doing is like something that you're actually educated on and something that is actually going to help them, not something that just helps you or things like that. Like, it's really important that like we only build up each other and we don't go, you're doing this wrong, do it like this. Like, do not do that to people, because a lot of the time people who are posting their fitness journey are also posting their mental health journey, and to like tell somebody who has already been struggling that what they're doing is incorrect, especially in a rude way. But in any way, it's not your place to voice that. It's just not okay. If you disagree with what somebody's doing, unfollow them, mute their posts, just leave it alone. Just leave them alone. Let them progress in their own healthy life manner. They are not you, so what they're doing is not going to be similar to what you would do. Okay? That's my first opinion on that. Off of that, even so, a lot of the negatives are like people telling people what to do. And so off of that, people who are like, instead of like the comments are being like, you know, maybe the wrong person. I don't want to say wrong. They're not. I don't want to say that anybody's wrong. The rude person, the out of line person. This is like the people posting, and it happens on a lot of like really popular fitness Instagrams. People who have like ideal bodies. It typically comes from them. It's like, if you eat this, and this, and do this workout, you will get my perfect hourglass body. I, in the nicest way possible, hate that. I hate it because it just is not true. It's just not true. Because, like I've mentioned, we all have different experiences with mental health, which weighs heavily on, first of all, self-care, and second of all, like, body image and like weight gaining and weight loss and working out and not working out and things like that. We all have different experiences with mental health. It's so to say that like you can do what I'm doing if you eat like this, like, bitch, no. We all have different metabolisms, so like what you eat probably might not be what's good for me to eat, and to say that like I should do exactly what you do is just like no bueno and incorrect. And like, we all have different body shapes. So even if I do these things, I, you know, work on my mental health with like a therapist, and some people need medication, and that is totally okay. I have been there. Zero judgment on either things. Both are very good for a lot of people. Therapy is good for everybody. I just want to get that out there. There's nothing wrong with going to therapy, even if you aren't like struggling a lot with mental health. My door slammed shut because of the wind and my cat wants in, so I'm going to take you with me to let my cat in my room. Hi, buddy. Aww. So, oh boy. Okay. So, shoot. What was I saying? I'm going to feel really stupid when I like rewatch this and I like don't jump back in on the right foot. But basically to say that like I can get your body if I do these things. Like, even if I work on my mental health and eat the right things and like do the right workouts and things like that, like I'll never have an hourglass body, because that's just not how my bone structure is. That's just like not it. Like, that's not it, chief. I have what is called hip dips. My hips are very high, and like the thing under your hips is very low. So like my hips are here and like my butt is here, and there's like the curve here from your rib cage, and then the curve here from like the hips and like whatever that is. I am a music major. I do not know anything about bones. Anyway, and hoozles. Yeah, so like to say that like I can get your body if I do these things, like, bitch, I cannot. And first of all, I want to say that there's nothing wrong with that. But like, I'll get personal for a second. It's been a rough summer. And before the summer, body image is not an insecurity that I had. I've had multiple insecurities throughout my lifetime. I am not a perfect person. I have never like fully been like, I'm awesome at everything. Like that's, nobody's like that. Everybody has an insecurity. Body image was not mine up until like the summer where I happened to gain a lot of weight. And there's nothing wrong with my size now. There's nothing wrong with your size. There's nothing wrong with my size. It's just like a body that I'm not used to yet, which is mental health related. And there's nothing wrong with my size. So if you look similar to me, you are beautiful. I want you to know that. If you look different than me, you are beautiful, and I want you to know that. It's just been like a change that I've had to get used to. And I think that is fair to say, and a lot of people can understand where I'm coming from when I say that. I don't want anybody to like look at me, see me be insecure and feel like they have to be insecure. Like, don't be. This is like a result of my mental health, from the depression that I've been going through, the anxiety that I've had my whole life. Like, there's nothing wrong with you. And I know that there's nothing wrong with me. Okay. So, and so to get to my point, people with body image issues to see like, if you do this, you'll look like me. And to know that like, if I do that, I won't look like that, and like have body issues, like that sucks. That sucks to go through, especially people who struggle with it more than like I have. Because I recognize my place, and I know that people have had it worse. I know that people have had it better. I know that I'm not special in this regard. I understand that, and I totally get that. So to insinuate that like, I can look like you, or like this person can look like that person if they do the same things that this person is doing, it's not fair. It's not right. It's like literally not right. It's incorrect, because that's not how it works. And I just think that like more people who are posting their fitness journey should be aware of that. And like, I know that a lot of it comes from a place of like, some people are curious about what I eat because I have gotten really in shape, and like I feel good about myself, and they feel good about how I look, and that's really helpful. And if they're asking you about what you're eating, then that is totally fine. It's just, what's not fine is being like, you can look like me if you do what I do. That's kind of like, just, it's a very obvious line that some people just kind of casually step over. Okay, so look like me is a negative. My next one is fueled from multiple posts that I've seen, but most recently, an hour ago, I saw one, and it just like really grinds my gears. I don't want anybody to feel called out, so I'm just going to be very general about it, because I don't want anybody to feel like they're doing something wrong. I'm very proud of multiple people that I've seen make this caption. It's come from multiple people. I'm not calling any one person out. I'm just saying that like this particular caption tends to strike a negative chord with me every time I see it. And it's like, self-care isn't just alone time or journaling or bullet journaling or drawing or painting or things like that. Like, it isn't just doing things that are relaxing. Self-care isn't just doing things that are relaxing. And I just, every time I read it, it pisses me off. And I don't want it to, but it does. And I understand their sentiment. For these people, what has helped them is going to the gym regularly and eating properly, and waking up early, going to bed early, like having like a healthy schedule of eating and sleeping and working out and like working in general, and things like that. And like, that is totally fine. there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with going to the gym and like changing your diet and like, you know, sleeping early and waking up early and like doing things like that. There's nothing wrong with that. Whatever helps you is so amazing. Whatever keeps you motivated in a healthy way, whatever like has helped you reach a level of body image positivity within yourself and self-love and self-care and things like that, that is amazing. Whatever works for you is fantastic. But when I see captions like self-care isn't just like any of those relaxing things that I mentioned earlier, and like to insinuate that like self-care is actually going to the gym and like sleeping right and eating right and doing those things, I just disagree. And I don't think that that's a fair assumption to make. Because for a lot of people, multiple people, not just me, not just some of my friends, you know, people everywhere, the only level of self-care that is attainable is doing something relaxing, like journaling or bullet journaling or alone time or things like that. Because alone time is necessary for a lot of people who are going through it, and like that is self-care, because being around people is incredibly exhausting and nobody likes to feel fatigued all the time. It is self-care to do alone time, and if that's what gets you through, then that's what gets you through, and there's nothing wrong with that. And like if all you're doing for yourself is journaling or bullet journaling or alone time or whatever the fuck makes you feel relaxed and happy, there shouldn't be anything wrong with that. And to like insinuate that like that's not enough self-care or that like that isn't enough, just like really strikes a negative chord with me, because for me personally, and a lot of people that I know personally, that's all that like my energy or their energy or whoever's like energy level will allow. Like it's so hard to even move sometimes when you're not okay, and like to do anything that helps your day a little bit is considered self-care, and that is enough. Like anything, like even getting out of your bed and brushing your teeth, like that is enough self-care. You know what I mean? Like to insinuate that like I have to be going to the gym and like doing all these things in order to have like on par self-care just really pisses me off, because it's also not true. Like I can't have your body, and also I can't work out like you do, because I already exist as an exhausted person, and that's just like it's just not an attainable goal right now. And like a lot of people have different goals and a lot of different like self-care regimens, and a lot of people can't do a lot in terms of self-care because they're just going through it in like the most like overarching term ever. I am well aware that that is an overarching term, and like to say going through it does not even like equate to how a lot of people are actually existing right now. I understand. I know it's just an overarching thing. I'm grouping us all together for the time being. And I apologize if anybody feels like unheard or unseen when I'm speaking about this. I don't want that for anybody. My point is to insinuate in fitness journey caption that other people aren't doing enough and you're better than other people is unfair. And when you're posting your fitness journey, you should make it clear that your goal is to not put anybody else down. And I've seen this particular caption multiple times because it's like what makes a lot of people feel good about themselves. It's what makes people feel strong, and maybe they've been at a place where they weren't able to do more than like alone time and like an activity that is relaxing. Like they weren't able to do more self-care than that, and it comes from a place of that, and now they can do more. So they're like, it isn't just that like I can do it. I know that's where it comes from, but for somebody who is still at the place where like doing more than that is like slightly unattainable for the time being. Not that it will always be, or things like that, to just insinuate that like I'm not doing enough, or like other people aren't doing enough. Self-care, it's not your place to say that. And also, like, be mindful of people who aren't at the same place as you. Yeah, like it's just a little bit weird to say that like what I'm doing isn't enough self-care, or like what they're doing isn't enough self-care, or like what you're doing is enough, and like what everybody should be doing. Because everybody has a different journey and a different story. And like for some people, getting out of bed is like enough self-care. Like that, it takes a lot of energy to do that, and a lot of motivation, and a lot of courage, and a lot of bravery to do things like that. Like that is enough. That's a huge step for a lot of people. And like, you know, having the energy to write how they're feeling about the day, that's a huge step for a lot of people, and there's nothing wrong with that. And self-care can just be that for some people for the time being, and there's nothing wrong with that. And I just want that to be known. So self-care is different for everybody. Self-care is different for everybody. That's the list. It kind of sounded like that is the whole reason that I made the video, and it was. But do we want to go back through my points? So positives are perspectives, motivator, support, clean, healthy help. And the negatives that I talked about are unhealthy help, look like me. Self-care is different for everybody. Yeah. There's more than one way to skin a cat, as some people say. Mostly baby boomers, but also me sometimes when I don't know how to describe things. Yeah, if like you have an opinion, feel free to voice it, but also be mindful that other people have different opinions of you than you, THAN, different opinions than you. And that is okay. I'm well aware that people have different opinions than me, and that is okay. And like, you know, you got to do what's best for you to keep yourself motivated, keep yourself happy, keep yourself taking care of yourself in a healthy, positive way. And by healthy and positive, I mean speak to your doctor about how to take care of yourself, if you're curious about what I mean by that. Because I am not a doctor, but I do know how I feel about the subject and how certain captions affect my mental health. So that is my opinion on that. Again, I would like to re-say what I said at the beginning of the video. I'm very proud of a lot of people. I'm so proud of a lot of people. Like, to see how far people have come, to see how far they come with self-love and with their mental health and with their physical health as a result of their mental health. It makes me so happy and my heart so warm to see that. I love it very much. I have a sneeze coming. Dope. I love it very much. I promise. Like, it is very important to consistently build yourself up and build up the people around you. It's very important to do so. And everybody's at all different levels, and it's important to recognize that too. This is like 30 minutes, so I'm going to go to bed because it is now 1:21 a.m. Do I have anything else? I don't think so. Bye!